Well, here we are. Book 21 in the Molly Murphy series. We've come a long way. Molly started off running away from home. She was a servant girl. She came from Ireland. She met this lady. She ran into Kathleen and her two kids. And Kathleen was dying, and they wouldn't let her on the ship to America, but Kathleen had already purchased tickets. So she begged Molly to take her kids and go to the New World. And that's what Molly did. And she started a whole new life. She started as a detective, and she went from there. And now she's married to a police captain, Daniel Sullivan. She's got a couple of kids. She's got friends Sid and Gus. She's got another friend, Ryan, who's in the theater business and potential movie business. And Aileen is their nurse, housekeeper, whatever you want her to be. And she helps out with the kids. And we did not see she was referenced a few times, but we did not see her on stage, or she wasn't really talked about that much. But Daniel's mother, her mother-in-law, and so Birdie, they're filming. Ryan is written a little bit of a movie, and they're filming it in Manhattan. And Birdie gets a small part in the thing when the first girl gets fired for not knowing the lines. It's not revealed as to what happened with that young lady till almost the entire end of the book. And Birdie does her scenes, and she becomes an actress for 1 week. Daniel has gone off to Washington, D.C. to talk to the president and Mr. Wilkie about starting the FBI. So he's doing that in Washington while she's in New York. And some things have been happening with the movie. There's been some stuff going wrong, some sabotaging going on. And apparently there's a patent war with the film stuff, and Edison is involved in this, and the Arthur and Henry Martin are involved with this, and this lady Fanny is involved with this. And just a second. It's 90 today, and with 90 you get pollen, and with pollen you get sneezy. Sorry. So this is different. Well, not, I guess it depends on which kind of book you're talking about. But usually the killer is on stage the entire book. The killer is a constant presence in the entire book. You don't see authors doing that much. But this killer is on scene the whole book. She's a main character. He's a main character. The killer is, and there's several different ones. There's not just one here. There's several different situations going on here. Someone is sabotaging the movie. Someone doesn't want the movie made. There's a little bit of a patent war going on with Fanny Martin and Edison. And Edison is trying to sabotage their movie, and he paid somebody to do the handiwork. And so, Birdie gets on the thing, and there's some things happen to her. And her life gets in jeopardy a couple times. And Molly's just like, where's Daniel when I need him? Why did I let her do this? She's having regrets up the yin yang. She's if. Oh my God, this, that. She's having a really hard time. She's trying to keep Liam. She's trying to feed the baby. She's got Aileen. She's got Sid and Gus. She's got Ryan. But Daniel is over in Washington, and he makes a very brief appearance in the beginning, and then he has a phone call or two in the middle, and then he shows up at the end of the book for a more substantial piece of the story. But he's away for most of it. And so the finger gets pointed at so many different people. It goes this way and that way and this way and that way and this way and that way. And so you have the saboteur. Then you have somebody who kills. We have three murders in the book. And everybody, the finger is pointed at all different directions. And it's a very multi-layered, complicated little bit of a plot. Because the saboteur is doing one thing. So then you're thinking maybe the person that hired the saboteur is responsible for the death. But not so quick. And then you've got the twins. And who have one has a good reputation, one has a bad reputation. They've been fighting. There's a recording in the office of the two brothers threatening each other. What's going on there? Did one brother kill the other brother? What's going on? It's a back and forth situation. The fingers get pointed right and left. It was fun. It was fun to catch up on Molly and the crew and find out what's going out in their lives. And I'm glad that we're getting some help from Claire here. I would wish for a Y from Sue Grafton. I would wish for more Victoria Thompsons, but we're not going to get any more Sarah Brandts or counterfeit series either. And it was just nice to read somebody familiar. It was just nice to feel like to go home again, to have somebody that's still here. I was just a mess this week after I found out about Victoria Thompson passing and Fiona Buckley passing, and it's just so it was nice to come home to Molly and New York and to 1900, and Birdie is getting away with stuff now. Birdie was the daughter of Kathleen, the woman from Ireland that Molly brought with her, and I think the boy is in the Panama Canal. I don't remember him and his biological father are there, but Molly and Daniel adopted Birdie, so they're taking care of her, and they've got to go into a nice school paid for by Sid and Gus, I believe. So it's a good story. You catch up with the people. There's a good mystery. Molly does her investigating, all gumshoe detective of her. And, you don't know who the murderer is till the end of the book. Literally, it's a surprise twist that I didn't see coming because I was thinking of the two brothers. Or Edison, maybe. But it turns out to be somebody else. And this somebody else is in the book the entire time. They're a steady, straight through character. So it was a good read. It was good catching up with Molly again. It was nice to see her again. I missed her. And we got her. Hopefully there'll be a Alyssa Maxwell soon. We just had a Simpson book. So those are my 1900 gals. Without Victoria Thompson, I'm just lost. I am absolutely lost. And I'm trying to think of what to do. I may go a little more modern. I'm working on collecting some books. I like to get a few of them to go into it. I like a good series. We're also waiting, probably not till November, for Miss Tilly Tish up there to come out with Mary. But we'll see what happens. Have a good day, I guess. I really don't know what else to say about this. It was a good read. I stretched it out a little bit over a couple of days. It was just nice to be home with Molly and people I knew and the cast I knew, and I didn't have to keep track of everybody. I knew everybody. I came into the book knowing all the people involved. But the whodunit is quite a surprise at the end. A massive surprise. And if you could like and subscribe my channel, I would appreciate it. And I hope you have a good day.